Hello, Commanders fans. Today we have some hot news that you can't miss, so get ready because there's a lot of important information coming. Before we start, we'd like to take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and stay up to date with all the news about our Washington Commanders. Don't forget to leave a like, which really strengthens our community and helps bring this content to the most passionate fans of the team. Now, without further ado, let's get straight to today's news. Adam Peters sees monstrous potential in former Jets star to bolster Commanders. Hey, Commanders fans. Off-season moves continue in full swing in Washington, and one of the signings that has generated the most debate among fans and analysts has been the arrival of defensive tackle Javon Kinlaw, formerly of the New York Jets and San Francisco 49ers. Despite criticism for the amount invested, General Manager Adam Peters firmly believes that Kinlaw can become a central piece in the team's rebuilding defense. Kinlaw, who was selected in the first round of the 2020 draft by the 49ers, has yet to reach his full potential in the NFL. After a low-key, injury-plagued stint in San Francisco, he spent last season with the Jets, where he also failed to shine as many expected. Still, the Commanders see a raw talent with above-average athletic ability and a technical ceiling that can be exploited in the right environment. The team is so confident that it has offered Kinlaw a 3-year, $45 million contract, with an impressive $30 million guaranteed. It's a big investment, especially for a player who has yet to prove his worth consistently, but there's a clear feeling within the organization. They believe Kinlaw's best is yet to come. This signing comes amid a major overhaul of the Commanders' defensive line. After the departure of veteran and two-time Pro Bowler Jonathan Allen, the franchise is looking for new leaders and new talent who can elevate the defense. Kinlaw arrives as a symbol of this new phase, a bold bet, but with the potential for high returns. The determining factor in this move may have been Adam Peters' familiarity with the player. Peters was part of the 49ers front office when Kinlaw was drafted, and he knows firsthand the qualities and potential that the athlete demonstrated while still at the University of South Carolina. For Peters, Kinlaw is a gem that can still be polished, especially now under the leadership of a new coaching staff. With head coach Dan Quinn and defensive coordinator Joe Witt Jr. leading this new defensive project in Washington, the expectation is that Kinlaw will finally find the ideal system to thrive. Both have a history of getting the best out of their defensive players, and they believe they can do the same with the new addition. Of course, skepticism continues to exist outside the gates of Ashburn. Many question the investment in a player who has yet to live up to the hype of his first round. But inside the organization, the message is clear. They see monstrous potential in Kinlaw, and they are willing to bet big on it. Now, it remains to be seen whether that bet comes true. If Kinlaw can stay healthy and reach his peak performance, he could not only silence his critics, but also become a key piece of the Commanders' defense in 2025. So fans, do you approve of this signing? Do you think Kinlaw can turn things around in Washington? Let us know in the comments and stay tuned for more Commanders updates. The Commanders may be looking for a certain type of WR in the draft. The Washington Commanders may be looking for a new weapon for Jaden Daniels, and it appears they may have the type they're looking for at wide receiver after recent meetings. Adam Peters made the move by trading for Deebo Samuel during the NFL Combine, but the door is still open for another addition to the wide receiver room. Washington recently showed interest in 2 draft prospects who fit a similar mold at the position. The Commanders attended the NFL Combine to get their eyes on some of the draft's top prospects, and they came away impressed with a productive wide receiver in Jalen Noel. According to Justin Mello of Draft Network, they even hosted a formal meeting with the former Cyclone while at the Combine. Noel was a highly productive wide receiver at Iowa State who played primarily in the slot, and he has 80 receptions for 1,193, 14.9 YPC, and 8 touchdowns in 2024. Cliff Kingsbury would love to utilize Noel's 609 deep yards last season, which was 4th in the nation among wide receivers, and stretch the field more in the slot offense. The former Cyclone stands at 5 foot, 11 and 200 pounds, which fits his style of play as a strong, compact slot receiver with a crisp release package. Jalen Noel is a separation nightmare for defenders, and his track experience helps him accelerate off the snap of the ball. Where he lacks yards after the catch, he makes up for it with his separation skills to get open on his routes and his ability to make contested catches when needed. Another wide receiver on Washington's radar more recently has been another compact slot receiver who wins with his separation, Xavier Restrepo from the University of Miami. According to Justin Mello of the Draft Network, the Commanders actually had a private workout with Restrepo earlier in the week. Restrepo stood just under 5'10" and weighed in at 209 pounds, filling out his compact frame as another stocky slot receiver. Cam Ward loved watching Restrepo in 2024 as he finished with 69 receptions for 1,127 yards, 16.3 YPC, and 11 touchdowns from the top-ranked quarterback in the class. Xavier finished with 1,038 of those receiving yards coming from the slot, which was third most in the country. The Commanders should test the Bengals' trade resolve as friction with Trey Hendrickson grows. The Commanders need an elite edge rusher to take the next step. Trey Hendrickson's unhappiness with his current situation with the Cincinnati Bengals couldn't be clearer. The Washington Commanders should test their resolve in the search for an elite-level presence to bolster their pass rush. Hendrickson was not happy with Bengals Executive Vice President Kathy Blackburn's comments about the All-Pro defensive end's difficult contract situation. She felt he should be happy with the money available or what was being offered. That was a step too far, resulting in the former third-round pick going on the Pat McAfee show to reveal the negotiations. After revealing there was little to no communication and feeling disrespected by Blackburn's statement, trade speculation surrounding Hendrickson reignited. Those who thought an extension with the Bengals was a foregone conclusion have new hope. The Commanders could be one of them. Adam Peters has been incredibly active on the trade market this offseason, securing wide receiver Deebo Samuel Sr. and left tackle Laramie Tunsil. That puts them much closer, but the Commanders still need a legitimate edge threat to boost their defense to greater heights. Hendrickson fits those bills and more. Commanders should explore Trey Hendrickson trade after Bengals' harsh criticism. He is a model professional who always gives his all to the cause. His leadership is exemplary, and his 35 sacks over the past 2 seasons are up there with anyone in the league. Washington would benefit greatly from having that type of weapon on its defensive front, something that would also make things easier for the interior trio of Johnny Newton, Darren Payne, and free agent signing Javon Kinlaw. It's the kind of all-in move that has become synonymous with Peters in recent months. However, it would be the toughest target to acquire. The Commanders only have 5 draft picks available in 2025. They won't be able to land a better player in the first or second round, but it could further dent Peters' drive to move forward after making a change to his original plan this offseason. There's also the financial aspect to consider. Hendrickson's discontent stems from his contract. He has 1 year remaining on his deal and is $18.66 million against the cap in 2025. An extension would almost immediately follow a trade, with some speculation around $30 million per year, which jeopardizes future financial flexibility and makes it harder to shore up other areas. Washington is working hard to make sure they maximize Jaden Daniels' rookie contract. But at some point, the Commanders have to find the right balance. Hendrickson is 30 years old and still has a few good years left in him. This represents an investment in the future as well as the present. Perhaps his public reaction will prompt a more professional response from the Bengals, but things remain under a cloud for now. It wouldn't hurt for the Commanders to find out one way or another if Hendrickson is available and what it would take to acquire him. There are always ways to make the financial side work, but Cincinnati has been pretty entrenched so far regarding the compensation needed to acquire the player. It remains to be seen whether these latest developments will change that.